Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name's Adam Smith. This is part 7. I did catch a mistake in the last video that I missed, so I'm going to correct that right now. There was an area of attack from the cannon that actually came over, and when it attacked the Tinker, it actually would have also affected the Cragheart as well, so we got to pull a modifier to see what happened to the Cragheart, because I didn't do that. Oh my gosh, so times 2 damage on him. Now, we know that the Ancient Artillery does 2. It's a -1, so thank goodness it was used on that, nothing else. So that actually makes it go to a 1, and then times by 2 is 2. So the Cragheart would have taken 2 damage, thank goodness, because I mean, that had been a powerful attack, that would have been vicious. So just to correct that mistake, and because I cleaned up, and this is the beginning of a new round, and I'm just essentially cleaning up a little bit of a goof from the last video, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this deck now so that it's ready. So essentially at this point we have very few cards left in our hands. We still have 6 cards in our discard piles each, so it's not like we're in big trouble yet. Plus we have a bunch of cards in each of our hands, so but we don't have very many options just at the moment. So this should be kind of interesting to see how this pans out. But we're going to go ahead and obviously play these two. The Cragheart will just... The plan with the Cragheart essentially is he's at the door right now. He's going to probably just run in, maybe potentially to the coin. And then from there, he's going to likely take... well, he may end up using a bomb. I may end up using a bomb at this point. I have 4. I plan to use 2 on the door, although that might be overkill. And then 1 on the captain when we get there. But we'll see. But I think I can afford 1 bomb in this room, so I've got to make that, and I want to do it as soon as possible so we're not taking as much damage. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and the 13 makes me go really early, so I'm happy with that. In terms of the Tinkerer, the Tinkerer has 4 health, and likely will not be the target as much with the Cragheart out in front. But it would be kind of nice if the Tinkerer could maybe heal up somebody or do some kind of damage or something along those lines. So what I'm thinking of doing actually is potentially... This is tough. I think what I'll probably do is I'll likely shield up, and I'll probably move into attack distance. I could shield up, and I could also heal though. Healing would be pointless. 5 would just waste 1 on the Tinker, but it would definitely bring the Cragheart to top shape, and that wouldn't be bad. So maybe I'll just shield up and heal. So that's not a bad idea. So I may end up losing this card, but that's okay. I'm going to choose to do that. So I want this to happen at the very beginning of the round. So this is a 16. And I don't... know, and the Cragheart's using a 13 and a 77, which is kind of... that's kind of crappy, actually. The shielding doesn't really make much sense if I go after... So if that's the case, then that kind of changes things a little bit. Shoot, maybe I should just do the Toxic Bolt and use one of the bottom ones for movement. I'll likely do... Oh, I'll do this. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so 16 and 18. It's kind of crazy. So here we go. We got 16 to start with the Tinker, 13 with the Cragheart, and then we're going to go ahead and flip our cards for each of the baddies. The archers are going to 68, so that's good. It's way light. 50 for the guards, and 46... Oh, sorry, there are no guards. That's a waste. So I'll just take this and put this on top, and then we got a 46 for the artillery. And they're also a -1, so that's a plus because I love it when they're not as powerful. So we're going to continue to focus on going after the archers, because the archers are actually more likely to be painful and hurt us. So we're going to go ahead and use these 2 cards, and what I'm going to do is we know the archers at some point are going to shoot us, and they actually have a decent damage amount. So I'm going to use Let me think about this. Yeah, I'm going to use this card right now. So I'm going to do all allies suffer 1 damage. They shield up 2, and it affects all allies. So this is going to be in play for this particular round. So I'll just put it here for now, and we'll have to remember to remove it later. I do actually get 2 XP from that, so I go up to 5, which is nice. We know we have a shield of 2 now. So actually, because it's in play, maybe I'll just leave it right on the wood here so that we don't forget about it. And or on the tile, I should say. So we're going to have a bonus of shield 2, which is really nice. And then I'm going to use the top section of the card, as it states in this particular scenario's rules, to discard a card and take a bomb, and I'm going to chuck it at the nearest archer, which I'm going to chuck at this guy here. And it's going to be the Cragheart doing it, so we're going to pull a card, +1. That's more than enough. So the bomb did its work, took out that particular archer, is gone. Thank goodness I didn't mess that up. We got an actual lucky draw there. So that archer has been taken out, 1 less to deal with. And now what we're going to do is we're going to, well, that's essentially the end of the Cragheart's turn. There's nothing else that that card does in particular, and this one was used to throw the bomb. So now we're going to move over to the next character, which is our Tinker, and now we have a choice to make. We do have a lot of shield right now, so we could be, we could heal, we could attack. It's kind of tough to say what's the best option. I do really like using the Toxic Bolt against the other archer on the other side, and then maybe using the move 6 to book it around to the other side of the room. So I'm going to go ahead and do an attack 2, range 3, poison. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to shoot this guy here. I'm going to use the Tinker, and we're going to hope for the best, see if we get something good. Oh, yes! This is amazing! Okay, so, wow, I'm sorry, I got really excited there. Okay, so it's just weird, because when something good actually happens, it blows my mind. Okay, so we get a ×2 on the attack 2, so 4 damage is coming through against the archer, the second archer there in the corner. So that's great news. We only need 2 more hits on him to kill him. So, and he's also, and she's also poisoned. So that's another bonus. So now the next attack against her will be that much more likely to kill her. And it was just used for its regular, so I get to discard that card. Now I have a choice here. I could move 2 and stop, or I could discard this whole card and move 6 and get all the way around the board. Now if I go 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I do have to remember I also have the shields on me right now, so I wouldn't have to worry about any kind of major attacks because I likely would block the majority of them as long as they didn't pull anything absolutely brutal. So we could do this. Now, as of right now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The Cragheart went first, so this is a tough one. I think it kind of makes sense to get one of us running around the room a little quicker. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I think I'm going to do that actually. I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this for move 6. Seems like a really sketchy thing to do. And I'm going to have the Tinker go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way over here. I do get an XP from that as well. That's pretty exciting because it's the first one for the Tinker, which is kind of sad. I've been holding off from not being as aggressive with the Tinker as I like to. And that's essentially the whole thing as of right there. So now we head over to the enemies. Now the enemies are going to be the Ancient Artilleries first, and it's got an extra 2 range. So now it's got a range of 7 from where it stands. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is, Tinker is still going to be the targeted enemy. Now it's got a -1, it's got a 2 attack, as it states there, -1, so it's 1, and I have 2 shields. So it's going at me with a 1 right now, -1. So my shields weren't even needed in this case. So the, oh, and sorry, that would have been, to play this correctly, you have to play by numbered order. So this would have been this cannon actually that shot me. So this cannon scored no hit against me. Now this cannon number 2 is going to try to shoot me -2. Again, nothing. Finally, things are starting to go in my favor. And then the bandit archer now gets to go. So the bandit archer has a +1 attack, which is bad. Now, as of right now, the range is 1 plus the 4, so 5 range total. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we're equal distance away from each other. The Cragheart went first, so the Cragheart's actually the one that's going to have to take it. But the Cragheart also has a shield too. So there we go. So essentially, that is going to be 2 damage, 3, 4, -2 from the shield is 2 damage. So the Cragheart is going to just soak that damage up, I think, because it doesn't have any cards to do anything else with. And that's essentially it. So that ends the round. So at this point, now this card here, which was in the active, which would normally, just so you guys are aware, would normally be up in the active area here, is now discarded. It's a lost card. Sorry, it's not discarded, it's lost. So it goes in the lost pile. And we're going to choose to short rest with both characters at this point because there's still action going on, and we don't really have the time to sit around and determine what the best course of action is. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to put all of this together and just cut the deck, take a card, throw it away. And this is the one we lose. Attack 4 and the create 2 single. That's actually probably a good one to lose. I'm okay with that. So this is going to go into our lost pile, and then all of these are going to come back. So that at the beginning of the next round, we have some cards. So we're going to go ahead and put those back into the player trays, which is great. And then, there we go, somewhat in initiative order there. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for the Tinker. We're going to also do a quick rest. And we're going to go ahead and do a pull. I don't know what necessarily I'm going to get. Now, once we go ahead and do these rests, there's no elemental tracks. There are lots of reshuffle tokens, though, based on all the modifiers I got. So, and even some of the bad enemies. So I will deal with all those off camera, but I will show you guys which one got chose. So this one is the one we're going to lose. We're going to lose the enhancement field, which is attack 3, range 3, and then the +1 for the round. That's actually kind of a nice one. I like that one. And then we get all of our cards back. So we get 6 cards back as well with the Tinker. So we also have 1 in the tray still. So Tinker is actually doing a little bit better in terms of having extra cards. But we're actually in pretty good shape here. I mean, the only thing that's kind of hurting is our health, but we've got the cards if we need them. We got cards we can use to beef up our health and stuff like that. So if we need to do it, we'll do it. And I think we're getting to that spot where summoning the decoy is going to be useful. But we're doing all right. We got 4 health on the Tinker and 3 on the Cragheart, so we're not in any harmful shape yet. But things are going all right. So we might have turned a corner here. So we're, stick with me. We can make it through this, I think. So again, if you guys are enjoying the videos, please subscribe. This one's a little bit shorter than normal, but that's because I want to do some cleanup. And then we'll jump back into part 8 in the next video. Until next time, guys, keep rolling solo.